Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
I welcome you all to our Bhagavad Gita session. We are in chapter 3, and let me start by recap. So the purpose of this particular class is to enable reading of the shlok, to understand the meaning of the shlok, and to help understand the basic philosophy of Gita. So we are on chapter 3, and it is divided into 5 parts. In the first part, from shlok 1 and 2, it is about Arjun's confusion about renunciation or action. And then from 3.3 to 3.9, it is Krishna answers and talks about Nishkam Karma Yoga is better for Arjun. From 3.10 to 16, it talks about how the yoga ladder from Karma Kand to Karma Yoga. And 17 to 35 is Nishkam Karma Yoga, and 36 to 43 is about conquering lust, the greatest enemy. And then we'll finish this chapter by the glories of Padma Puran. So just to summarize what we have learned till now. So as mentioned in the first and second shlok, Arjun starts by his confusion. And his confusion is whether he should do work or he should renounce work. And this happened because of chapter 2, when Krishna says, Durena Havaram Karma by Buddhi Yoga. So he's thinking that Buddhi Yoga, when Buddhi Yoga intelligence is better than Karma Yoga, then why should he get engaged into the ghastly war? Why should not he actually renunciate and go to forest and just ensure that this war doesn't happen and everyone is safe? So he puts this question to Krishna and says, please tell me decisively what is good. Then Krishna explains. He says, because Arjun was in a mind that he would like to go to forest and he will not fight. So Krishna explains that inaction cannot achieve freedom from reaction. If you decide that you will not fight, doesn't mean that you will not get reaction. You will get a reaction. That rather it's a sin not to act when you're supposed to act, right? Then he also mentioned about the soul, that soul is always active, and for a conditioned soul, it's always active. The soul cannot be without work at any point of time. It will always be working. And he says, Krishna said that if you go for renunciation and it is premature, when you have not mentally renounced things, you are not mentally prepared to renounce things, and you just go and stay in the forest, what will happen? It is like being a pretender. It is a pretender. Because what you're doing, you are running away from your karma. You're running away from your karma, which is not acceptable, which is basically sin. So premature renunciation, what will it lead to? It will lead to sinful reaction. And someone who does that is a pretender, is a mithyachari, is what Krishna had explained in the previous. And then he says, it is better than, being a pretender and running away from the job. A person who is sincerely trying to control his senses and is doing his prescribed duty without attachment is much superior. And this is where we have finished our last class. So let us start. We'll take the second section as when Krishna is guiding Arjun on Nishkam Karma Yoga, that better for Arjun than so let's take the shlok 3.7. 3.7. It's okay. Yastva Indriyani Manasa Niyamyarabhate Arjuna Karmendriye Karma Yogam Asakta sa vishishyate Yastva Indriyani Manasa Niyamyarabhate Arjuna Karmendriye Karma Yogam Asakta sa vishishyate. So here Krishna explains Arjun that someone who is from his controlling his mind, controlling his senses by his mind, and is doing his prescribed duty, O Arjun, he is much better than being, he's doing his karma yoga without attachment, is much better than someone who is renouncing it. So let's read the English meaning. On the other hand, if a sincere person tries to control the active senses by the mind and begins karma yoga without attachment, he is by far much superior. Okay, so this we had done last time. Let's start with 3.8. Niyatam kuru karma tvam karma jayo hya karmanah sharira yatra pichate na prasidhyeda karmanah niyatam kuru karma tvam karma jayo hya karmanah sharira yatra pichate na prasidhyeda karmanah. Mataji. Niyatam kuru karma tvam karma jayo hya karmanah sharira yatra pichate na prasidhyeda karmanah. So here Krishna says niyatam kuru karma tvam. Yeah, tvam is, O Arjun, what you need to do? You do your prescribed duty. Why? Because karma jyayo ha karmana. Karma is, jyayo is higher. Doing karma is much higher than ha karmana, means akarmana, not by not doing your work. Sharira yatra pichate. This our body, sharira, our physical body. Na prasidhyeda karmana. Even we can't maintain our physical body without any work, right? So we have to do our duty, right? So let us read the English meaning. Perform your prescribed duty. For doing so is better than not working. One cannot even maintain one's physical body without work. Right? So Krishna is telling Arjuna again that do not think about inaction. Yeah, and do not think about reaction, renunciation, because you have to do your duty. And then he talks about, basically, when you look at, there are two types of people. Some people, who are coming from king dynasty or in a very rich family, what they do, because their grandfather and father had done a lot of work, so now they feel that, because we have done, they are ready, they'll not work, and they will say, what is the need for me to work? And they want to enjoy it. They will tend to go towards inaction. And many times the great professionals, when they are faced with challenges in life, in life, what they do? They hide behind leaving everything for the sake of moving to a spiritual path. What they do? Because they are not able to face the challenges in life, what they say? They say, okay, now, I have achieved enough. I have done a lot of work. Now let me go towards spiritual. I am leaving everything and going towards God. But what they are doing, they are pretender. They are not able to face the challenges of life, and behind in the name of spiritual, the moving on the spiritual path, they are hiding and leaving their work, right? So who are they? They are pretenders. And for them, what is the destination? Hell. Now look at Arjun. What Arjun was doing? He is high caliber person. He's a high caliber. What is his duty? He's a Kshatriya. He's a Kshatriya. What is his duty? He has to fight. That is his prescribed duty. Being a Kshatriya, and that is a Dharma Yudh. But what he's trying to do? He's hiding behind emotions and everything and saying, my grandfather, my this, and he's wants to run away and to the forest and wants to do that and doesn't want to do his prescribed duty, right? So they want to go towards spiritual, but what will they sustain? No, because mentally they are not renounced. Yeah, very soon they will not be able to tolerate it, right? So in such a case, what should we do? And that is not only for Arjun, it could happen for any people. When we are faced with challenges of life, we are not able to take it. We are not able to take it. We are not able to handle it. Yeah, we are not able to handle it. And in that case, we break down, or we try to, take some excuse that I'll do this, I'll do that. Yeah. And then in the name of God, you don't want to leave actually what you're supposed to do. Instead of taking decisions, instead of facing the situation, in the name of God, you are running away. You are hiding. You are hiding in the right. So what you are supposed to do at that point of time, when you are faced with such challenges, the right thing is keep Krishna in the center of your life. Pray to Krishna, but do your prescribed duty. Living without attachment, leaving the results to Krishna, whatever may happen. Yeah, but I will continue because that is what is right. What is your prescribed duty? You have to do it. You cannot hide behind it. Understood? Yeah. So Krishna says the same thing to Arjun, that niyatam kuru karma tvam karma jyasa karmana. Do not go for akarmana and do not go for premature renunciation. You have to do your prescribed duty. So let's go to the ninth shlok. 3.9. Yagyartha karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanah tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara yagyarthat karmanonyatra lokoyam karma bandhanah tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sanga samachara. Mataji. Yagyarthat karmanonyatra
lokoyam karma bandhanah karma kaunteya
tadartham karma kaunteya mukta sangam samachara. Now Krishna says, yagyarthat karmano anyatra loko yam karma bandhana. Yeah. Now he says, not only that do your duty, but you have to do your duty for whom? For yagyartha, for yagyartha. Now yagya also means yagyapati is basically Krishna. Yagya here, yagya is for Vishnu, Krishna. So not only that you do your duty, but offer it to Krishna. Yagyartha karmano. So you do the karma for and offer it to Krishna. Why? Anyatra. Anyatra means otherwise. Otherwise what will happen? Loko yam karma bandhana. Otherwise you'll be bound, you'll get bound by the karma that you are doing. So we talked about the actions and reactions of the work that we do, right? So if we are doing our work and are not giving the results, offering the results to Krishna, but wants to enjoy ourselves, then what will happen? We'll get bound by the karma's action and reactions, the reaction of the karma. And we talked about that in length. Otherwise what happens? Whatever activity that we do, there's always a positive or a negative reaction. Any karma that we do, there's always if you are doing a good karma, it will have a positive reaction. If you are doing a bad karma, it will have a negative reaction, right? And there's a karma bank. Just like we have our money bank, there's a karma bank. And in that karma bank, all your good karmas get deposited, all your bad karmas get deposited, right? All your karmas get deposited. And till you finish that karma, the good karma, the pious, when you do the good karma or the bad karma, you will be bound with this in this material world. What is our goal? Our goal is to get liberated. Yeah, to get free from the material bond, a cycle of birth and death. That is what we are trying to achieve. Yeah, but what will happen? This karma bank, if we are not offering the results to Vishnu, Krishna, what will happen? The karma bank will get deposited in the karma bank. But when you give it to offer the results to Krishna, what will happen? Nothing will go in your karma bank, because when you offer to him, whatever you're accepting from him is a prasad. So he has taken away all the reactions of it. And what you take is only the prasad. Yeah. So Krishna says to Arjun, not only you do your work without detachment, but offer it to Krishna. Nishkam Karm Yog. So that is what he is talking to Arjun now. Yeah. Do your this thing. Otherwise, lokoyam karma bandhana. You will get bound by the reaction. Tadartham. Tadartham. That's why karma konteya. O Konteya. Who is Konteya? Arjun. O son of Kunti. What do you? Tadartham karma. So do that, do the karma and offer it to Krishna, so that mukta sangha samachar, so that you are, in that way you'll be remain free from the bondage. You'll remain free from the bondage. You know? Now, we talked about again, Bhokta Ram Yagata. There's in the 5th chapter, there's the last shloka of 6th chapter talks about a peace formula. And it says, Bhokta Ram Yagatapsam Sarva Loka Maheshwaram Suhidam Sarva Bhutanam Gyatva Mam Shanti Richati. I talked about that earlier also. So Krishna is the Bhoktaram of all the yagya. Whatever yagya we do, who is the enjoyer? It's finally the final enjoyer is the Krishna. We may do a Surya yagya or we may do any Devata yagya that we do, but who is the final enjoyer of that? It's Krishna. So that's why he says offer it to Krishna and do it, right? Now, Arjun is wondering, Krishna is telling me to do work. He is still not understanding yagya is offer it to Krishna. He is thinking, okay, instead of renouncing, Krishna is asking me to do work. And we all know that if I do work, it'll create me a bondage. Yeah. And now he is thinking about that. Now, when Krishna looks at Arjun, he thinks that, okay, now I have to explain him the entire process of what really happens, how exactly the yoga ladder happens from ground zero. Yeah. So we'll move to the next section. So here the answer to first question that Arjun had put on, what should I do? Work on renunciation. Krishna explained to him, do your duty without attachment and offer it to Krishna. But still he is confused, and now Krishna takes to the next section, and our next section is from Karm Kand to Karm Yoga. From Karm Kand to Karm Yoga. That is the section from Shlok number 10 to 16, and that's what we'll start now. So let's read the Shlok number 10. Sah yagya praja shishtva Purovacha prajapatihi Anena prasavishyadvam Esha vastvashtamaduk Sah yagya praja shishtva Purovacha prajapatihi Anena prasavishyadvam Esha vastvashtamaduk Sah yagya praja shishtva Purovacha prajapatihi Anena prasavishwadvam Esha vastvashtamaduk. Now here Krishna starts explaining from the base level what actually happened and how actually you can move forward. So he takes to the lowest of the yoga ladder. So he talks about Shishtva. Shishtva means creation. Shishtva means creation. So Praja is all the living beings. Yeah. So Prajapati, who created everything? Prajapati created. Prajapati is also the creator, or even Vishnu, Krishna is also called a Prajapati, right? So in the beginning of the creation, what happened? When the Prajapati created all the Praja, all the living entity, what did he also do? Sahyagya. Along with the living entity, he also created Yagya. What did he do? Along with the living entity, he also created Yagya. Understood? He also created Yagya. Why did he create it? Anena prasavishyadvam. So that Prasya Vishwadham means they can enjoy. They can enjoy. He can give all the whatever the praja wants, that they can get it, and wo swa ishta kamadhuk, and they can live happily, and all the happiness can be bestowed to them. Yeah. So what did the creator do? He created the living entities, but along with the entity, he also created the process of yajna, and he also created Vedas. Yeah. So this is what he did. Yeah. So let us read the meaning and then we go into the detail. In the beginning of creation, the Lord of all creatures, sent forth generations of men and demigods, along with sacrifices for Vishnu, and blessed them by saying, be happy by this yajna, because its performance will bestow upon you everything desirable for living happily and achieving liberation. So the question is, why did the material world was created? Why did Krishna create the material world? So we have discussed this. So what happened is, all of us who are today in this world, in this material world, we all wanted to enjoy away from Krishna. Although we are part and parcel of Krishna, but we all had a desire we wanted to enjoy away from him. Now, just like a good father, he said, fine, you want to enjoy? Let me create this material world so that you can go and enjoy. But again, as a responsible father, he also gave a process by which you can go back to Krishna. Yeah. So parents are always very, very clever. Yeah. So what he did, he not only created all of us, but he also created a process by which all of us can go back to Krishna. And what he did was, he knew that everyone is now so much blind into this desires and filled with desires that if I tell you that, think about God, you will not do it. Yes. Yeah. So what you do, he said, okay, fine. He said, do yajna. By doing yajna, whatever your material desires will get fulfilled. You want this? Okay, do this yajna. You want this? Do this yajna. So what will happen? When you do this yajna, your material desires, you will actually flourish. You will flourish because your desires will get met. Understood? So he did that, and then so that you can enjoy, and you will also start having faith and more yajna, and you will get attached towards that because your desires are getting fulfilled via that. Understood? Yeah. Understood that? Understood it? Yes. And and what happened by this way? What will happen? We'll build relationship and we'll be able to go back, right? But then what happened in Kali Yuga? In this Kali Yuga, we don't even want to do yajna. Yeah. So when we cannot do anything, then what is the best thing to do? At least chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. We can't do that. At least chant that. So by that you'll connect to God and we can go back to Godhead, right? So now let's go to the next slok. Devan bhavyata tena. Devan bhavyata tena. Te deva bhavyatu vaha. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Shreya paramavapsyatha. Devan bhavyata tena. Te deva bhavayantu vaha. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Shreya param vapsyatha. हाँ माता जी. Devan bhavyata tena. Te deva bhavayantu vaha. Parasparam bhavayantaha. Shreya param avapsyatha. Now what happened? Along with the praja, there also demigods were created. So Deva is Devta. Devan bhavyata tena. So when you will do yajna, what you will do? You will do yajna for getting your desires. Yeah. So when you do that, so tena. So with that yajna, what will happen? The demigods will get, the Devta will become pleased with you. They'll become pleased. When you do a yajna for the Devta, they'll become pleased with you. And when they get pleased, what will happen? What will happen? Te deva bhavyantuva. And they will give it whatever you need. They will give to you what you need. Yeah. So devan bhavyata tena. Tena is by the yajna, Deva will become happy. And then what will be te? Because they become te deva bhavyantuva. They will also bestow whatever you are looking for. Parasparam. Parasparam means mutually making each other. Parasparam bhavayanta. Parasparam, by this cooperation of between people and Devata, Shreya paramapsata. Prosperity will reign everywhere. Yeah, Shreya, everything will be prosperous because men, yajna has been sent, people will do yajna, they will get more, and Devata will get what they are looking for. They will become happy with you. They will bestow you what you are looking for, and then you become happy. So it is both ways, mutual. And then what will happen? Overall, there will be a prosperity. Yeah, okay. So now, who are these devatas? Who are these devatas? Yeah. So devatas are basically in the Swarglok, we say all the devatas are there, and Indra is the king of the devatas. We say like that, right? So all our devatas are there. And how our, just like, we have a big organization gets managed, there is a CEO, and then there is a each, there is a department, and there's always a head of the department, right? So that's what the devatas are. Each of the devatas is responsible to fulfill one of the what do you call it, department, you can think. For example, Saraswati ji, she is the head of education. She is the head of. So if you want a good education, what do? We go and pray to Saraswati ji, right? Yeah. Similarly, what do we do? Lakshmi. When you want wealth, you will go and pray to Lakshmi ji, right? When you have a lot of issues, you will go and pray to Ganesha, Vignaharna, right? When there is no rain, we will go and pray to Indra. Indra is for rain. Varun is for water. So we'll go and pray to Indra that give me rain, right? So how it has been arranged, how the entire management of this material world has been arranged is, there is a devta assigned for each and every work that we have. There's a devta assigned for each and every work we had. Whatever you need, accordingly you pray to that devta, you will get your work done. Now in Kali Yuga, what we do? We don't even want to do yajna. We take our list, we go to temple, or even we don't even go to temple. We stand in front of God and we say, this is my problem, this is my problem, this is my this, I need this, I need this, I need this, I need this. Please do all these things and I will give you mithai. This is what we do, right? So we go with the list to the God. So we do business with the God. And the business is also not fair because we want so many things, but we'll give this much back in return. We don't want to do yajna, we don't want to do anything, but we have all our demands.
Problems only.
Huh?
Whenever we have problems only, we will think of God.
God. Whenever there's a problem, we think for God and we say, please do this. Yeah. Without doing any service to the God. And if you don't do that, if that, whatever you wanted didn't happen, then I don't believe in you. You don't have any power.
There's no God.
Absolutely, there's no God. That is what we do, isn't it? That is the typical way everyone lives in Kali Yuga, without even doing any service to the God, even doing this thing, even, we expect everything from the God. If it doesn't happen, then you don't have, I don't believe in you, and I become atheist, and I go there, I go here. Isn't it? Now, Krishna says, if you want something, you have to please that one, right? Yeah. Now, so devatas are basically the head of the departments, right? And they are extremely powerful beyond our imagination. They are very, 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 very powerful. But they have a desire to control. They have a desire to control. And who was the head of all of them? Head of all of them is Vishnu or Krishna, right? He's there, right? Now, what they do is, when they are too much proud, when Devatas feel that, we have too much power and we are doing this, so they start not recognize. They think that everything is because of them and they are only doing it. Even we think, na, I did this, I did that. Actually, we are totally incapable. We can't do anything. Unless you have mercy of God, you can't do anything. Yeah. But we think, I have done this, I have achieved this, I got this. Actually, you have got anything. It's just because of the blessings of so many things that you have got it. Right. Similarly, sometimes even the Devata, they get so much pumped up thinking, oh, I'm the best and I get everything because of me. And then what happens? Then Krishna or Vishnu teaches them a lesson. And we all know the famous story in Janmashtami. I saw the kids also did that act of Govardhan Leela. Govardhan Leela. What happened there? There, what happened was Nand Maharaj and everyone, of Vrindavan, they were going to do every year they used to do prayers for what do you call it? Indra, to get good rains, because when good rains will come, you will have good crops and you will have everything. So as a normal process, the entire Vrindavan, the entire Brijvasi, what they used to go? They used to go and do prayers to Indra. Now Krishna told Nand Maharaj, why are you going and doing, praying to Indra? You are here, Govardhan is here. Why don't you go and pray to Govardhan? So Nand Maharaj was like, no, it's a process, we go and pray to Indra so that we get good rains and, we will have nice crops and, we'll have a lot of water. So we do that. So Krishna, he's can convince everyone. So he convinced Nand Maharaj and everyone that, it is actually Govardhan, which actually does everything for us. We get everything. Let's from today onwards go and pray to Govardhan. And Nand Maharaj and everyone agreed and they went to start praying Govardhan. Now Indra got very angry. And actually Krishna wanted to teach a lesson to Indra. He was too much warmed up. Who is this boy? Who is this boy? It's a small boy. Krishna was hardly 5-6 years old. Who is this boy who can dare to, ensure that, they don't pray me and they pray others? Yeah. So he said, no. And then let me teach a lesson to this boy. And then Indra, what he did? He started the rain. And that it lasted for so many days. And what Krishna did? He asked all the Brajvasi to come under the Govardhan hill. And in his left hand, the little finger, he had lifted the Govardhan hill. Yeah. And after when Indra realized that, okay, nothing is happening and they were not able to do anything, then he realized his mistake. He came down and pleaded Krishna to forgive him. Understood? So when the Devatas becomes very much proud, they think everything is because of them, then Krishna gives them a lesson, right? So similarly, so that is what he does. So basically they're controllers, and that power also they get from the authority, right? So Devatas are like they are like different limbs of the body. So okay, now let's move to the next shlok. Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva.
Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva.
Deva dasyate yagya bhavita.
Dasyate yagya bhavita.
Terdatan pradayebhyo.
Terdatan pradayebhyo.
Yo bhuktes tenas eva saha.
Yo bhuktes tenas eva saha.
Ishtan bhogan hi wo.
Ishtan bhogan hi wo.
Deva dasyate yagya bhavitah.
Deva dasyate yagya bhavita.
Terdatan pradayebhyo.
Terdatan pradayebhyo.
Yo bhuktestena eva sa.
Yo bhuktestena eva sa.
Yeah, Mataji.
Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva.
Ishtan bhogan hi wo deva.
Dasyante yajna bhavitah.
Dasyante yagya bhavitah.
Tan apratyayebhyo.
Daidatana pravyebhyo.
Yo bhukte stena yevashah.
Yo bhukte stena eva saha. Okay, now let's see. So what now here Krishna says? So what happens? Who is the Deva Dasyate Yagya Deva, the demigods? Dasyate means they give. Dasyate means they give. What do they give? Yagya Bhavita. When they are pleased, they give all the necessities. Ishtayan Bhogani Hivi. Now, in charge of the various necessities, like they're doing, being satisfied with the performance of your, they'll supply all the necessities to you. They'll give everything to you. Yeah. But what happened? Te datan pradhabhebhyo. But if you take it and do not give it back, you enjoy everything on your, but you do not give it back, then what you are? You are stainer. Stain means you are a thief. You are a thief. So all of us are a thief. What we do? Devta gives everything to us. We enjoy, but we forget them. We don't even thank them. Yeah, we become so much we are so much enjoying in the when it has been given to us and we are enjoying. We forget even to return it back to him. Now let's read in English. In charge of the various necessities of life, the demigods, being satisfied by the performance of yajna, will supply all necessities to you. But he who enjoys such gifts without offering them to demigods, in return, is certainly a thief. So think about anything that you need. Yeah, we need water to drink, we can't survive. We need air to breathe. We need heat from sun, otherwise our no crops will grow, we cannot live, right? You think about any vegetable, anything that you need, everything is given to us by God. Everything is grown, yeah, all vegetable, fruits, everything is natural. It's a natural thing that comes, right? Yeah. It comes naturally, right? It is not manufactured. The vegetables are not manufactured in factories, right? And everything, to the extent, whatever you eat, rice, gehu, whatever you are eating is given to us by him. Huh? Whatever you, even if suppose you're talking about manufacturing, whatever raw material is there, it also comes from whom? It comes from the Mother Earth. Yeah, it comes from Mother Earth. So anything that we actually need, it is actually, we are so greedy that we are spending so much time and doing things. Actually, everything comes from, is naturally given to us by God. Yeah, but what do? We don't even offer them back. And when we do not offer them back, then what will happen? Who are we? We are thieves. We are taking it from him, but we are not even giving back to him. So we are nothing but thieves. Right? Right? So what is the right thing to do? What is the right thing to do? We are anything that you do, anything you do. Now, there are so many devtas. You can't do it for everyone. Yeah. So you can actually do. I mean, we are lucky that, you are associated now with Krishna. You have realized it, you have heard it, So what we should do? Anything that we do, anything that we eat, anything new that you get, anything whether it is, you get something new in your home, whatever you're getting, first go and offer it to Krishna. Yeah. And offering is very simple. Just go, leave it there with the Krishna, close the thing. If you have tulsi, go put a tulsi, because he loves to accept things with tulsi. Leave it with him for 5-10 minutes. Then take it back. If you don't know any mantra, just say Hare Krishna, leave it, bring. So what happened? That whole thing becomes purified. It becomes purified and you give it back. And then when you take it back, it is not the same thing that you had offered. It had become prasad. It had become prasad. It has become prasad. So never take, if you do it like this, you are taking prasad and you will not get any sin. You'll not get any sin, right? So let's go to the next slok. Yagya Shishtashinah Santo
Yajnashishtāshina santo.
Muchyante Sarva Kalbisham
Muchyante sarva kilpisham.
Bhunjate Te Tvagham Papa
Bhujyate te tvagam papa.
Ye Pachantyatma Atma Karanat
Ye pachanti atmakaranam.
Yagya Shishtashinah Santo
Yajnashishtāshina santo.
Muchyante Sarva Kilbishai
Muchyante sarva kilpisham.
Bhujate Te Tvagham Papa
Bhujyate te tvagam papa.
Ye Pachantyatma Atma Karanat.
Ye pachanti atmakaranam.
Mataji.
Yajnashishtāshina santo.
Yagya Shishtashinah Santo
Muchyante sarva kilpisham.
Muchyante Sarva Kilbishai
Bhujyate te tvagam papa.
Bhujate Te Tvagham Papa
Ye pachantyatma karmana.
Ye Pachantyatma Karanat. Now here it talks about Sant. Sant means sages. Those who are devotees. What they do? The Yaga Shishtashna. Yaga Shishta means whatever is offered and what is left from that, they only eat that. And because of that, Muchyante Sarva Kilbisham. Muchyante means they are free from, Sarva means all, Kilbisham is sins. Because they will, whatever they will, the Sant, what they'll do, they only consume after they have offered it to God. So they are free from all sins. But Bhunjante te tvagham papa ye pachantya. But what happened if the people who do not do that, what are they consuming? They are consuming sins. So they are not only thief, but they are getting sins, lot of sins, because they are just consuming it without offering, right? So let us read the English meaning. The devotees of the Lord
The devotees of the Lord
are released from all kinds of sins
are released from all kinds of sins
because they eat
because they eat
food which is offered first for sacrifice.
food which is offered first for sacrifice.
Others
Others
who prepare food
who prepare food
for personal sense enjoyment
for personal sense enjoyment
rarely eat only sin.
rarely eat only sin.
Correct? Yeah. Now there was a nice example about a mother. Now think about a mother. Now she's making a lot of gulab jamun. Yeah. And his kids are around. Yeah. She's busy making gulab jamuns and their kids are waiting eagerly. You know, they want to eat gulab jamun. But what did the mother do after cooking? She started eating on her phone without giving to the kid. Is that okay? Yeah. What you'll do? First, because you love the kids more, right? So Krishna, Vishnu, they don't need anything from us. They don't need anything from us. But the thing is, because the devotees, the son, they love him so much that they first offer it to them. And what he does, he's so kind, he takes away all the sins out of that. And what he returns to you is the prasadam. And we do it. We take it, right? Yeah. Now we go to the next slok. Annad bhavanti bhutani
Annad bhavanti bhutani
parjanyadanna sambhavah
parjanyadanna sambhavah
yagyat bhavati parjanyo
yagyat bhavati parjanyo
yagyah karma samudbhavah
yagya karma samudbhavah
Annad bhavanti bhutani
Annad bhavati bhutani
parjanyat anna sambhavah
parjanyat anna sambhavah
yagyat bhavati parjanyo
yagyat bhavati parjanyo
yagyah karma samudbhavah.
yagya karma samudbhavah.
Mataji.
Annad bhavanti bhutani
Annad bhavanti bhutani
parjanyat anna sambhavah
parjanyat anna sambhavah
yagnat bhavati parjanyo
yagyat bhavati sarjanyo
yagna karma samudbhavah.
yagyah karma samudbhavah. Now here Krishna talks about the whole process. He explains to us the whole process. How does it happen? Bhutani means all the living entities. And what do we all need to survive? We need anna. We need food. So annat bhavanti bhutani. All the living entities, they sustain on food. But how does the food comes from? Parjanyat anna sambhav. Parjanya means rain. Parjanya means rain. Parjanya anna sambhava. Sambhava is possible. How does it possible? Because of rain, grains are possible. Right? Then yagyat bhavati parjanyo. And how does the rain happens? Because of the yagya. The yagya that you do, because of the yagya that you are doing, because of that, what will happen? Rains will come. Yagya karma samudbhava. And from yagya, and from where does yagya come from? Yagyat bhavati parjanyo. From the yagya, rains come, and yagya karma samudbhava. And yagya is it's a karma, it's a prescribed duty of everyone to do yagya. It's a prescribed duty of everyone to do yagya. Now let's read the meaning. All living bodies subsist on food grains which are produced from rains. Rains are produced by performance of yagya, and yagya is born of prescribed duties. Right? So imagine if you're not doing yagya, what is happening? It is you will not have rains, you have drought, you won't have grains, and you will not have enough for eatables for everyone, right? Yeah. But think, is it possible for us to do yagya for everyone? Yeah. So the best thing that we can do is we can do yagya for Vishnu. We can do yagya for, because it's like, when we have to eat, we don't go and feed our limbs. We don't go and feed hand. We don't go and feed our legs. We don't go and feed our mouth. What we do? We actually feed our stomach. And from stomach, everyone gets satisfied. Everyone gets the food. Similarly, when you offer things to Vishnu, everyone gets it. And everyone gets satisfied. And there'll be happiness all around. Right? And so there's a story of Krishna and Durvasa Muni. So what happened? It is that time when this Pandavas were in Banvas. They were sent to exile. At that point of time, what happened was, Duryodhan, as usual, he wanted to trouble the Pandavas. So once Durvasa Muni, he came to visit Duryodhan. And Durvasa Muni is someone who is very, very, his anger is well known. He's very, very, he'll get angry and he'll give shrap. Now he'll curse. So Duryodhan wanted Durvasa Muni to curse the Pandavas. So he invited the Durvasa Muni and he made him eat a lot along with his entire gang of Brahmins, and he was very happy. Then he said, okay, what do you want from me? He said, I want you to go to meet Pandavas in the forest. And when you meet Pandavas in the forest, go after Draupadi has taken her food. Go after Draupadi has taken her food, because Draupadi had a vessel from the sun god, and that was Akshay Patra. That Patra was, it will, unless Draupadi has taken the food, it can produce enough to feed any number of people. So Duryodhan put a condition that go only after Draupadi has eaten, and go and have food there, because he wanted Durvasa Muni to curse. He said, Eva mastu. He said, fine, and he went to forest. Now, when he went to Pandavas and Yudhishthir saw Durvasa and Draupadi had already taken food. Now, when Yudhishthir saw Durvasa Muni with a huge disciple coming there, he was like, now what to do? So he said, fine, do one thing. Why don't you go and take bath and come, and then we will have, and then come and offer the prasadam. Durvasa Muni said, yes, and he went along with his disciple to take bath. Now, what happened here? Yudhishthir went to Draupadi. Draupadi said, I can't do anything. I've already eaten food. There's nothing. And she started crying and started remembering Krishna. Krishna, please come and save me. What to do? And Krishna is what? He is Bhaktavatsala. As soon as Draupadi came, he heard Draupadi. He was present there in front of Draupadi. He said, what happened? What is your problem? She says, Krishna, what to do? I've already eaten. And now so many Durvasa Rishi has come with so many disciples. How to feed? He said, okay, do one thing. Why don't you get me the pot? He said, no, I've already eaten. I've already cleaned it. There's nothing left. He said, doesn't matter. You still show me the pot. So she went and got the Akshay Patra and he gave it to Krishna. Now, what did Krishna do? Krishna started searching. There will be something. He had put one grain of rice there. He took the grain and he ate. And after eating, one grain he ate, and he said, now it's okay, leave it. Now there what happened? Durvasa Muni and all the disciples everyone's stomach became full. Everyone's stomach became full. And now, then he said, Krishna said, go and call them for food. Now Bhim went and to call all of them to come for food. Now Durvasa Muni and everyone, their stomach is already full. And they say, okay, since Yudhishthir, if you go to Yudhishthir's place, he will offer you so much, you can't even eat. And we can't even have one grain. What to do? Yeah, what to do? So he said, no, we cannot go. So Durvasa Muni said, all is better to run away from here. Better to run away, because if you go to Yudhishthir's place, he will offer you so much and we will not be able to eat, because everyone is like, so when you offer Krishna, and when Krishna is satisfied, everyone is satisfied. You don't have to really go and do yajna for all the devatas, right? Now let's go to the next one, which is 15, yeah. Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Brahmakshar samudbhavam.
Brahmakshara samudbhavam.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Brahma akshar samudbhavam.
Brahmakshara samudbhavam.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Pataji.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Karma brahmodbhavam vidhi.
Brahmakshara samudbhavam.
Brahmakshar samudbhavam.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Tasmat sarvagatam brahma.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam.
Nityam yajne pratishtitam. Now, we have read the last slok. We read how exactly the process happens. We tell all the living entities, they depend upon food. And how the food is produced? It happens because of the rain. From the rain, food comes. And how does the rain happens? Because of the yajna. Yeah, when you do yajna, rain will come. And why we should do yajna? Because that is the prescribed duty. It is our prescribed duty to do yajna. Now, but where is this prescribed? So, karma brahmodbhavam vidhi. So, where is this prescribed? It is prescribed in Brahma. Brahma is also Vedas. It is prescribed in Vedas is your karma to do yajna. That is prescribed in Vedas. Yes. And from where has Vedas come? With the Brahma Akshar Samudbhavam. And from where Vedas has come? Again, here Brahma is from Vishnu, from the Krishna. It has come from Vishnu. So Brahma Akshar is Vishnu. It has come from him. Vedas has come from him. Tasmat sarvagatam Brahma. That's why sarvagatam, whatever is all pervading Brahma, nityam yajna pratishtitam. So it is eternal, the act of sacrifice is eternally situated, right? So let's read the meaning. Regulated activities are prescribed in the Vedas. And the Vedas are directly manifested from the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Consequently, the all-pervading transcendence is eternally situated in the act of sacrifice. Right? So we saw the entire flow. It is basically a cyclic flow. Right? So, and then that's why what we should do when it is coming from Supreme Personality, it has given Veda. And from Veda, you have to do your prescribed duty. From the prescribed duties to do yajna. From yajna comes rain. From rain comes the food. And from the food, the super. And so that's why the living entity should offer food back to Krishna, so that the cycle continues. This is the cycle continuing. So we should not eat anything without offering to Krishna. Not only eat, we should not accept anything without offering it to Krishna. We should offer it. If you don't have Tulsi, in the mind, think about Tulsi, offer it in our it is so simple. Even mansa, by man you can imagine and you can offer that. You can put Tulsi in the food and you can offer that. But remember, the food has to be first. It has to be first, and without, I mean, it has to be all plant based and without onion garlic, so that you offer and then you take it, right? So this is the flowchart that we talked about. Now, if you don't follow, so all these things are the words written in Vedas, that we are supposed to follow the rituals which is there in Vedas. Those who don't follow, what is that called? It's called vikarma. That is, vikarma is bad karma. It is bad karma. Now, Vedas, our scriptures are our authority. Whatever we do, so example, someone says, this should be done, and the other person, no, this should not be done. So what is our reference? It is our scriptures. It is our scriptures which we should see, because scriptures will tell whether it's right or wrong, whether whatever is written in scripture is authority, that we have to take it. We have to take that as a thing, right? And how has Vedas come into being? Vedas has come into being. What happened? It is by the breathing of Vishnu. By the breathing of Vishnu, all the Vedas has come. All the 4 Vedas have come. Yeah, and that is the authority that we need to follow. Now, think about us. We already have grown up. Yeah, and we don't know. Well, either we have been taught right from childhood what the Vedas are. How can we do it now? What is the way out for us? Yeah, we don't know how to do yagya. Yeah, we can call Brahmins. It's so in the Kali Yuga, when you cannot do that, the alternative is go for the Kali Yuga dharma, is go for chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. Offer prasadam. Don't do this. At least 16 rounds of chanting we are supposed to do. Offer prasad and accept that in your home. Read our scriptures. Listen, hear to scriptures. Hear to the lectures. This is how you can purify yourself. That is how you can purify yourself. And that is what we can follow. Right? Let's go to the last slok of this today's. Evam pravartite chakram.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Na anuvartyati hayah.
Na anuvartyati hayah.
Agha indriya ramo. Mogham partha sa jivati. Evam pravartitam chakram. Na anuvartyati hayah. Aghayur indriya aramo. Mogham partha sa jivati. So the thing is, now Krishna talks about those who don't do that, what really happens to them, right? So, yeah, Taji, first read.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Evam pravartitam chakram.
Na anuvartyati hayah.
Na anuvartyati hayah. Aghayur indriya ramo. Mogham partha sa jivati. Let's read the meaning. My dear Arjun, one who does not follow in human life the cycle of sacrifice. So what we talked about, the cycle is called the cycle of sacrifice, thus established by the Vedas, certainly leads a life full of sin, living only for the satisfaction of the senses. Such a person lives in vain. Fine. So here Krishna says that what is happening, the people who don't follow this cycle of sacrifice, who don't do all these things, they are actually they are living a life of sins. And when you are living the science of sin, their living is useless. It is useless. But what will happen? Why it is so? Why Krishna is saying so? What is the cycle of sacrifice? Now let's look at the slok number 3.10. We talked about Krishna had sent, along with the Praja, he had sent Yajna. Why did he send Yajna? So that all of us can become self-realized and go back to Godhead. How will that happen? Let's think about the process. How will that happen? We will have our desires. To fulfill that desires, we will do Yajna. Now, when we'll do that Yajna, we will be happy that we have got the results, and we'll get slowly convinced that this is a process, and we'll do more yajnas. We will do more yajnas. Now, when we do more yajnas, we will have more prosperity and more this thing, and then we will also, Krishna also somehow he says that when you are listening to this mantra and all, you are becoming purified. When you are doing all these things, you are becoming purified. The more and more you purified, you will start learning about the Swarga. When you start listening about Swarga, okay, it means that more than this material, there's something, some place called Swarga where you'll get more happiness. So you'll start achieving, you'll start looking for Swarga to go there. So you want to do more yagya so that you can achieve Sagya where you can have more pleasure and more happiness, right? But then when you go there, then you also, when you are doing that, because of the mantras you are doing, because of the process you are following, you are actually getting purified. And when you are eating the foods which is offered from yajna, your memory is becoming the tissues and the memories are becoming purified, and because of that you are actually you are actually growing up in the spiritual path. And then you come to know about that, no, not only that, in Swarg also Indra is also troubled. And then you start looking at what next, and then you get gyan that we are not this body but we are soul. And when you get this gyan that you are not this body but your soul, and you are a part and parcel of Krishna, then you would like to
Go back.
work for that. So slowly, by this whole process, the way it has been done by Prajapati, by the Lord creators, that when you come along with the yagna, slowly you also grow along with that, and finally, the way our Vedas, our four processes there, brahmacharya, grihastha, vanaprastha, and sannyas. Finally, you move forward, and you actually also become self-realized, and you go back to Godhead. Yeah. Now, in Kali Yuga, this whole process is very troublesome because we don't know, we are not learned. So, easiest way is do the chanting. We are lucky that we have been exposed. We know that directly we are now connected to Krishna. Instead of going through the process of Devi, Devta, and this, we are now directly connected. We know about Krishna already. Yeah, because probably, this journey, we all are sitting here, have already been in journey, and we have been exposed to Gita. So instead of this, you can actually look at Bhagavad Gita and try to understand and make that as your, learn that, hear that, learn that. That itself will actually help us to break this cycle of birth and death. And by chanting the holy name of Krishna, we'll keep on getting attached to Krishna. The more we chant, the more we'll get purified. The more we get purified, the more Krishna will help us to move forward in our journey. And when he sees that you are totally dedicated to him, you are eating prasad, you are doing all those things, he will help us to break this cycle of birth and death. Yeah. So with this, we'll close today's class. So Hare Krishna, let's now sing 3 times Hare Krishna Maha Mantra, and then we'll chant 3 times and we'll close. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna.